What's up?
Oh, hey, not much, man.
How's everyone doing? I had a quick question for you.
Yeah, what's up?
Have you ever been attacked by a refrigerator?
No, actually, I was gonna say like in my dreams. No, it's me attacking the fridge.
Yeah, see, that's how it usually goes.
Yes.
How about, have you ever been attacked by a guy, like a zombie, but its head is a spotlight?
No.
Well, if you play the game we're talking about today, you'll have all those dreams come true. Because today we're going to be talking about a little game that came out kind of recently.
July 9th.
Yeah, July 9th. Once Human.
Once Human. So it's a really cool game, actually.
Yeah, but hey.
Let me give a description of what it is.
Okay.
So Once Human is good job. I'm prepared. There we go. So Once Human is a free-to-play post-apocalyptic third-person open-world multiplayer survival game.
Yes.
Mouthful.
It's a lot. It does a lot.
Yeah. And it's developed and published by Starry Studio, which is a NetEase subsidiary.
Right.
And people. So do you know any games that was made by NetEase?
Yes, actually.
Wow, what the fuck? Okay.
There's so a lot of them are So actually, the first one that comes to mind is that Marvel Rivals game. That it's not out yet. That's a NetEase game. So they're
How
kind
about ones that are out? Do you know any that have been out?
I know. Oh God, I know I've played them because I've seen the NetEase logo come up, but now I can't think of them off the top of my head.
I know one.
Oh yeah, what is it?
It's Diablo Immortal.
Oh, of course, because NetEase is very into the mobile market.
Literally every game that they've made has been for Android,
yes.
iOS.
But yeah, like before we get into it, this is the first time it's just been you and me again. Like the last time we were talking about Crab Champions, and like you went on a long trip to the Philippines, came back. I went to Vegas, and when I got back because of Evo, we had Chris on. We talked about Evo.
Yep.
And so it's been
a hot minute.
It's been a hot minute. It's good to just
you and me.
Just you and me, man. It's what got this all started.
I'm a noob, bro. I'm new to this.
And also, welcome back to everyone at home.
I hope your mothers have been great.
Yes.
Hope that you guys called them. Tell them you love them.
They're living it up, life.
Hopefully.
Yeah.
And school's about to start. My kid did start.
Yeah, that's right. I was on my way over to your place today, and I got caught in the after-school traffic.
Fucking sucks.
I was like, "Woo, that's right. I forgot about this."
Yep. All right. So let's get acquainted.
So you gave kind of like the back of the box description. Let me kind of give the audience at home kind of like what the premise of this game is. Earlier when I asked you, you ever been attacked by a fridge? It's kind of a strange setting because, like you said, it's a post-apocalyptic, and while yes, there are technically zombies out there, it's not like the usual post-apocalyptic setting.
Yeah, it's not like Days Gone.
Yeah, it's not just zombies. It's not nuclear war happened. It's kind of something new. So the premise of the game is that you, the player, are kind of woken up from like this tube thing that you're in, and you're kind of just like thrown in to this world and find out, oh, okay, like everything kind of went to shit.
Mm-hmm. Oh, hold on. Sorry.
Yeah.
Or maybe I'll save it for later. Go ahead.
Okay. So yeah, I'll give the lore a bit,
Mm-hmm.
So essentially what happened is it always comes down to a corrupt corporation, right? That's how it always goes.
Microsoft.
Yeah. Or in this case, a company called Rosetta.
Mm-hmm. Not to be confused with Rosetta Stone.
Yeah. They just trying to help people learn a new language.
Incredible.
Yeah. No. So this company called Rosetta was working with like this kind of they're doing experiments with this substance called stardust. And
is it PCP?
We don't really know. Okay. But at some point an experiment goes awry. Kind of makes me think of maybe COVID a little bit, but essentially Stardust gets out. And the thing with Stardust is anything that it kind of interacts with can go off the rails. There are some people where it doesn't necessarily impact them, but like, you know, if people get in contact with, they might turn into zombies. But even inanimate objects, like, can become, like I said,
like the fridge.
Like the fridge. That I was walking through a house, you know, looking for some loot, and all of a sudden a fridge just like opens up, and like there's this like kind of goo monster thing inside of it, and so it can interact with almost anything.
So I'm gonna go ahead and be for real right here. Right?
Okay. Yeah.
I played through the game.
Mm-hmm.
I probably have like 12-ish hours. I
Mhm.
started like on Monday.
Yeah.
I'll skip the story.
I know. I know. And so, you know, essentially to a long story short, basically Stardust goes loose, causes a bunch of shit to go wrong and haywire. Thus the world gets plunged into chaos. And thus, you know, the apocalypse kind of thing.
Because we were all once human.
So yeah, and so that's kind of what I wanted to. I know that you were not really
into it.
Gripped.
Yeah.
Let's say you weren't gripped by the story.
The story was not gripping.
No, and so this is definitely a case where, you know, you have other games like, you know what? I'm not going to do it. I'm going to specifically not do it. I'll bring up another game.
Sorry.
If y'all been following the show, you know what game I'm probably talking about, but I'm not going to. So a game like The Last of Us, right?
Fantastic game.
That game, the story is like, you play the game for the story, right?
Hook, line, and sinker.
Everything about that game is built on the backbone of the story,
Yep.
right? Great gameplay still.
Oh, absolutely.
But like it all has, you're playing it for the story.
Mm-hmm.
This is a game where, while the concept is intriguing enough, I think, the story is really there just to prop up the game.
I see.
You know, it's to give you a reason for like why you're doing what you're doing.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't think it's really supposed to be this like enthralling story that you want to, you're on the edge of your seat.
It's not captivating.
It's not, especially with how like just like the writing of it and the delivery.
I'll give them a pass on it though. It's understandable that it isn't, right? Because it's a mobile game.
Yeah, that's the thing. I don't think it's technically on mobile yet, but it is coming.
Oh, it's not yet?
I
think it's on
double
iOS.
Double check me, but I thought it was on its way to being mobile.
Keep going. You could.
But yeah, so it's definitely because I'm very much a story person. I you know, no matter how shit the story is, I always pay attention at least to the story. And this is definitely a game where I'm like, okay, you know, I get the idea. This is really just to give me a reason for like why I'm going around looting and fighting these bosses and all that stuff.
It says on here that it's on iOS, but let me check. I'm checking the App Store right now.
I'm wondering if it is already maybe in like China or something.
If it was, it would make sense.
Yeah, because I know NetEase is a Chinese company.
No, Once Human is on the
it's already,
iOS.
Okay, it's on iOS. Okay, well there you go.
That means it's on Android. Yeah, so
yeah.
It's primarily a mobile game.
Which that's still crazy.
Because it's good.
The mobile game scene has
grown. It's no longer Angry Birds.
Or what was the helicopter
Bird.
Helicopter one where you just tap the screen to like, you know.
That's Flappy Bird.
It was Flappy Bird before Flappy Bird.
Wait, Flappy Bird wasn't the original? Are you sure?
Bro, I don't think Flappy Bird was an original game.
I don't know.
It wasn't an original game?
I don't know. But it's no longer those games.
It's no longer just something you play to fill the time while you're waiting
it's
for a doctor's appointment.
It's a for real game.
This is a fully fleshed out, when I found out that it was basically supposed to be a mobile game, I was floored. I was like, oh, this wasn't...
Dude, it's really good.
It's a good, yeah.
So, I'm trying to think. So, I did skip the story.
Mm-hmm.
The character creation was cool.
Yes, which we'll get into that.
To the game design, is that part of game
when
design?
we get into like the actual playing of the game. But yeah, just the that's the premise, right? Is you're kind of thrust into this post-apocalyptic world, and there's this mysterious girl that you meet at the beginning. And I guess I'm sort of telling you this because you skipped all this.
I did not skip the tutorial story.
Okay, so you know about Mitsuko.
Yes,
Yes. So there's this girl, and who's saying like, hey, like you need to help me kind of get the world kind of under control.
She's your compass.
Yes, because like I said, the Stardust, when it interacts with things, it can make things go crazy. It can make them monsters, all that stuff. But whenever something like that comes into existence, it's called a deviant.
Yep.
And her whole thing is like, humanity and deviations, we can work together. We don't have to be like killing each other.
So I'll give you guys what a deviant is.
Yes.
Before I started playing this, it was being described to me by a good amount of friends. Like Irvin was one of them. He's like, this game is like Pal World.
A little bit.
Because you have Pokemon also, right?
Yes.
Or sorry, Pokemon.
Yeah. Little buddies.
Yeah, so like Irvin, Andrew, like those dudes were like playing it, and they were saying, "Oh yeah, if you liked Pal World, you like this because it has the same gunplay." In my opinion, actually kind of better.
It's better, yes. The combat in general.
So the deviants are these cute little things you put in your backpack.
They can be cute.
Sorry.
Yeah.
So I didn't know that those were humans before.
Not all of them. So, like for example,
like the paper.
You just fought the spider thing, right?
Yes.
That technically was a deviant. That was just it. It started off as it was just a dream catcher.
Yeah, because you get the Dreamcatcher deviant afterwards.
It's sort of like you know about SCP. Really, the whole internet phenomena about like the SCP Foundation and how there's like all these weird. It's like a government. It's like, this is something totally born on the internet. Like it's got its own lore and like Reddit and stuff like that. Really, there's like games that have been made about it and everything.
Nope.
So okay, interesting. Essentially, it's. Once Human, I feel borrowed a lot from the idea of SCP, where there's like all these like they could be actual creatures, or it could be like some inanimate object that has some sort of supernatural or alien, aspect to it. And in Once Human, it's just a dream catcher, right? It started out as just a dream catcher, which
How the fuck does a dream catcher become a spider?
It's a web.
Son of a bitch.
So that's what I'm saying. Like when Stardust interacts with something, it kind of like takes something about it, and based on like other aspects around it, it'll kind of be molded into something bigger.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Okay. So yeah, I was like, I don't understand because like you get deviants that help you in combat, some that help you collect materials. So like they'll come out and like start fucking mining.
The little cube guy. He's just like
it's my favorite guy. And then there's one. It's like a paper doll, and it's like helping you clean up the house.
Yeah, yeah. So like exactly like that's not. It's a paper doll. It's not like a living thing. And even the very first one that the game gives you, the butterfly, is technically a paper butterfly. So they're not all necessarily living creatures.
It's so weird because like we're describing all of this, but it's probably like
it's hard to explain. We'll throw up some images.
But for the people who can't see the image,
true. Yeah, it's very abstract. It's a very strange game in that
that
aspect.
It's like a fever dream.
Kind of, yeah. Like there's so many things that like Stardust can interact with, and you don't know what it maybe could become.
I see.
The second boss, the giant treant,
Treant,
right? That was just a seed. It originally was just a seed, and it like because of
he
grew into a treant monster thing.
He grew it up.
Yeah. So
he grew it up.
He grew it up. But so yeah, the premise is interesting. It's just not the delivery is sort of.
I like it. I really like it.
It's what allows me, especially someone like me who's very story driven.
Yeah.
It gives me like a good enough reason to be like, okay, I know why I'm doing this. I'm trying to help this girl who's trying to like reconcile deviance and mankind to like work together instead of being like, at war almost.
I see. And she's a baddie.
A little bit. Although I don't know if I trust her. Because every time you beat a big old boss,
You go back into her memory.
you talk to her again, and like there's always these lines of like, oh, thanks, like my power's growing, and I'm like, I don't remember good guys saying lines
that.
like my power is growing, and so I'm like a little sus about her.
Okay.
But so the last. Oh, go ahead.
Sorry. So maybe we talk about how the game is split into.
That's actually what I was just about to
Okay,
talk
go ahead.
about. Is the last thing I was going to kind of say about the story is like, I have not finished the story.
Oh, you haven't?
No, because
you didn't start.
of how the story is presented. So it's a very interesting. Like, how about you explain how like the servers work? And all
So
that?
the servers work where there are two types of servers originally. So it's PvP or PvE. PvP being person versus person, and PvE, which is person versus environment.
Mm-hmm.
And PvP, you could kill each other, get all their shit, fucking sick.
Mm-hmm.
PvE is the safe route. And the servers are split into their own ages. It's split into 6 weeks.
Right.
So every server has a lifespan of at the minimum 6 weeks.
Mm-hmm.
Because to present the story, they need 6 weeks. And they time gate progress.
Yeah, it's almost episodic.
Yes.
kind of like you're waiting for next week's episode.
A weekly episode.
Yeah.
And so the server we're in started last Monday.
Right.
So,
yeah. So we started like right when
When it started.
a new world was opening up.
And so it's still new. We're on week 1. And they divided into 6 weeks, which is 6 phases. And content is gated, which means that you can't unlock certain skills or abilities until this part of the story has happened.
Mm-hmm.
And you can't unlock like certain gear
Yeah.
until that story has happened. It's a
Yeah.
really cool way of telling the story because it forces you to somewhat slow down.
Mm-hmm.
And because when you're done, you're done. You're waiting for next
You
week.
can't. There's not these people who are like going to be vastly overpowered when the next like chunk comes and they can just blow through everything because like you not just the story is time gated, but your skills.
Yes.
So yeah, it's really interesting.
It's really cool. I mean, there's still ways to kind of game. So like, I'm a min maxer. Spreadsheets is like my go-to game, and I found like the fastest way of like leveling.
Right.
And it's like, it's not what you would think, because you would think it would be like grinding or killing the boss over and over.
Mhm.
It's not.
Yeah, and I can see how, but yeah, it's a very interesting and yeah. So like I was saying, I have another character because I started playing the game a little bit before you did, and so I have a character on a different server that's further along in the
Storyline.
story cycle, and but even on that one, I think it was only like halfway through, like it was on like phase 3 or 4 out of 6, so. Like I still don't. I couldn't
that's
tell you-
awesome.
I can't tell you what's gonna happen.
Oh shit!
And
So
so
we're
it's,
in
it's
this.
still like a surprise. Like I don't know what's gonna happen.
Yeah. So to us, it's a surprise because
Yeah.
this is our first time playing it.
Yeah.
Which means we get to experience that like
Yeah.
brand new.
Yeah.
And it's
cool.
It's rare to get the feeling of brand new. And I know that the way we've described this game is it's kind of a lot, but I want you guys to
Yes.
look at it in the vein that it's like Minecraft with
Yes.
guns.
Yes, if you've ever played a game like Minecraft or Valheim, you mentioned Pal
Palworld.
World. What's the Conan one?
Conan Exiles.
Yeah, Conan Exiles. Any game like that, it's very much in line with that, just with the
Guns and Pokemon.
guns, the deviants, and just the how the story is presented. 'Cause,
Yeah.
like all those other games, they have a
Boom.
very loose story.
Yeah.
But it's really you don't.
It's
It's
really
just kind
cool.
of there in the background.
And I do like the whole split into 6 phases thing.
Yeah.
Because not one person or one guild is able to just blow past everyone, right?
Yes.
And I think that is fucking sick for people who have jobs like us.
Yes. That is such a good point. I hadn't thought of that. Yes, it allows us a chance to keep up.
Yeah, I don't
Very good
feel
point.
like I'm behind.
Mm-hmm.
Like, oh, it's like, okay, cool, yeah, like I'm done with the story, but hey, we're at the same fucking guns. Like,
Yes.
I think that that's really cool. I don't know. That the way that they present the story is a very casual way of doing it. I don't know if it's because that's how mobile games do it. I don't think
See,
so.
and that's the thing. I don't know if I'd be able to tell you because, like, I've just never been a mobile game player.
Yeah. Cuz
Who
there's
knows? Maybe there's more games like this out there that have this in-depth
yeah,
whole thing, but I don't know.
cuz there's like gotcha, right? Like there's a
Yeah,
gotcha
like
aspect,
I know,
right?
like Genshin Impact is a
Yeah.
big game. I have actually never played Genshin Impact, but I know it's a very popular
Yeah.
game. I imagine it has a
I've
story.
I played it as yeah, it has a story.
Yeah,
The
so
one and another one was Honkai Star Rail.
Honkai Star Rail, and
Never
then I
played
know
it.
Zenless Zone Zero is a very popular
Some
one.
of the-
That's
yeah.
a newer one.
But I've never really like delved into like deep.
Yeah.
But this game sucked me in, dude. And like
And if I remember correctly, you only started playing it because your
my wife
was gonna
started
start
playing it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
which is how it usually goes with you.
Yeah.
That's how it was with Final Fantasy. Too. Oh, damn it!
Dude, son of a bitch.
I'm sorry.
One episode. Can
I'm
we
sorry.
fucking have one episode?
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. It just slipped out.
But yeah, so Jane started playing it, and she's not particular. Like she likes the survival game, but she's not a fan of like
Yes.
the kind of
She's never been like, oh, I want to go out and fight things.
yeah. She wants to
Yeah.
build shit.
Yes.
And so
she builds amazing houses.
so the houses, the building in this game is very Minecraft esque.
yeah.
So you can really go simple, like house, a hut. You
Yeah.
could go to like a regular house, like I do, or you could be like Jane, who makes
Mansions.
mansions extravagant, and that's majority of her playtime is making the house, and like that's
Yes.
something that she enjoys. I enjoy like looking for stuff. I enjoy like min maxing and like getting the best in slot gear for the phase that we're
Yeah.
in, and
For me, I like the progression
yeah.
feeling of like, you know, going fighting something, unlocking the next fight and being like, okay, I gotta go and like get better gear and stuff now.
Yep.
It has a little bit of something for everyone. And actually, this is a great segue to kind of go into the gameplay aspect of this. One thing I'll say, and it kind of ties into the story also. When you're first starting the game, it throws so much at you.
it's a lot.
Like not just lore, but like the mechanics of the game.
The
also.
fucking events, the claim the reward shit. It's a bit much.
Yeah, like but also all the terminology. Like we threw the word like deviant at you, but like aside from that, there's Stardust, there's Deviants, there's Star Crom, there's all these words that you have to like kind of get barraged by when you're first starting. Once you get into it, it's like, okay, you definitely get into a groove, but it throws so much at you when you first start.
Yeah. I mean, dude, it's because the game in itself is fucking everything. Because it's like crafting, base building, combat. Hell, there's fishing,
Yes, farming.
farming.
Yeah.
Like it really is a lot to take in. And you have to remember that the original or not the sorry, the studio that did make this game started off as mobile game. And so there's shows of like the history of the mobile game. Like one that annoys me so much. The survival handbook. That icon is there the entire time.
You're right. I
because-
kind of like tuned it out eventually,
Yeah.
but you're right. It is just
because
always there.
in mobile games, your screen is so small, so whenever you need something, it's within tap, and it's in the same region as where it would be if it was in a mobile game.
That's a good point.
Same thing with like the points, your skill points that come up. Like it's very mobile games esque, and then there's a lot of things where it's like, and I get that this is okay because they're a new game and they're trying to get traction. Is they have things where, oh, like visit and like subscribe to our YouTube, you'll get X points.
Yes.
And then they do that for every social media.
It's a lot of it's not just mobile, it's the free to play
Yeah.
vibe. Because they have to. I mean, they got to get their money,
Yeah.
right? Like no
Oh.
one's gonna make a game for free.
What is cool though? It is a free to play game, but it is not pay to win.
You're right. Yes.
There is no way that you could buy the currency you need
Mm-hmm.
to craft gear or whatever. It's all the currency that you're getting is cosmetics.
Yes, and like so, I think we all agree, and like most gamers, I think agree is like if you're going to do free to play, we understand you have to make money, do it cosmetics. Everyone's on board for that, and I think they understood it because the cosmetics are good.
I don't have any yet.
Understandable, but like if I'm like, okay, if you're going to sell me cosmetics, you better make them good.
Mm-hmm.
You got to make me want to actually buy them, and like some of the outfits. Well, so that's the thing. Not only is it outfits for your character, but it's also things like material. Like you can get a skin to make your walls for your house like glass.
I saw
look
that.
like Tony Stark's house or something like
saw
that.
that.
Just like your vehicles, you can get skins for
So-
your vehicles.
So
things
I have
like
a
that.
question. So is this game fully out or is this in
I
early
believe
access?
it's fully out. I
Oh,
believe
it's not early access.
No, it's not for
Oh, shit.
early access. I believe the official release date
There's a
was in
shitload
July.
of bugs.
It's a little bit laggy, and it does, especially when there's like a lot of characters or a lot of players in one spot.
Even
It
without
can
that,
lag out.
I ran into a bug. I don't know because my group was able to reproduce this. Where you saw it.
Oh yeah, I was over when
saw it.
the fight during the
Yeah,
fight.
the spider just decided not to do any actions. We could still kill it,
Yeah.
and we could progress the dungeon, but we found a way to replicate it
Yeah.
over and over.
It's one of those things where when you have a game, the more that it tries to do, the more open to bugs it's gonna be.
It has to, right?
You know,
Because
'cause,
there's
like,
too much.
It's got crafting, it's got customization, it's got the persistent world that's just always up. It's got a lot of these factors where it's like you do open yourself up to a lot of possibility for bugs.
That's what this game also reminds me of. So I think this game has or took a lot from The Forest.
The Forest is another survival game. Yeah, that's another
Yeah.
good example. Yeah,
The way that they do the defense and
the
everything.
defense. Yes. So yeah, let's kind of dive into like the different. We talked about building, right? Like and how like pretty intricate the building can be. It's also pretty intuitive.
Yes.
It's you're able to make a pretty crazy house, and it's not like you're pulling your hair out trying to
No.
get things to work and all that. It works pretty well.
Yeah.
But like let's talk about like the combat. Like you mentioned that you actually think it's like better than Pal World.
Oh,
and
I
stuff.
love the combat.
I agree. That's actually I think kind of what
And
pulled me in.
And another game comparison that the reason I think I enjoy the combat so much is it reminds me of The Division.
Yes. Yeah. It's the only thing that's missing from the Division is like a good cover system.
Yeah.
But like when you're like shooting a gun, like the way your character moves.
Even the recoil is
Yes,
sick. It feels good.
And the Division was a very good shooter. Like
Triple A.
third-person
It's
shooter.
Triple A.
Yeah. And yeah, it feels good. The guns feel punchy. I love meleeing. I'm not usually a melee
I'm not
person.
a melee guy, and it feels great.
Yeah, I love how there's a lot of the time, if it's like the last hit, it's like a special little
I'm just gonna
animation
run up,
and
bro.
stuff, and it'll change based on the type of weapon you have.
A shoulder check. Boom.
Yeah. Or like if it's a machete, you'll go like it'll get kind of caught in them, and then you gotta like slam it
It's
out
really
of them and stuff. It feels
The
good.
combat is snappy.
Mhm.
There's improvements to be made, of course, because there's like bugs.
Yeah.
But the game is what? The game is about a little bit over.
A little
it's
over
like,
a month old.
Yeah, maybe almost 2 months, right?
Yeah.
Next month will be 2 months.
Yeah. Wait. Yeah. What was the release date?
July 9th.
9th. Okay. So yeah, it's about to be 2 months.
So I think that for where they're at, it's very good.
Yeah. Like we see the bugs. They're not game breaking. They can be kind of annoying.
Some are definitely.
I haven't run
game-breaking.
into any game breaking bugs, but luckily.
Maybe we were exploit. I don't know. We weren't. But like it's like it's a new game. So bugs are coming and going. The devs apparently are very into it where they do fix a lot of things.
Mhm.
I've also it's cool because they do ban waves.
Yeah.
They've done like a couple of ban waves apparently
yeah.
already.
Which, like, unfortunately, that's just
For a
another
free-
problem with free to play.
But for a free to play game, them to move that quick on
Right.
bans.
Yeah. No. They're handling it very well. They're handling a problem that every free to play game has to deal with, and they're handling it pretty well.
Yeah, it was good.
Also, like, let's talk about. So yeah, the combat feels great. The building feels great. The boss fights are because again, I'm comparing this game to Conan Exiles, Pal World. No, yeah, no. Other survival type games, and like I would fight a boss in Pal World and everything, and I'm like, it's really just a bullet sponge kind of.
No, it's cool because there's like mechanics here.
Yes, yeah, that's what I was gonna say. Like in Pal World or in Conan, it was just like
DPS check.
It's just like this enemy is kind of stronger than the other normal ones.
Yeah.
In this one, there's like there's actually some mechanics. They're nothing too crazy, but like there is something you have to figure out. Sometimes they'll by the fourth boss, that was the first one where I'm like, I died, I lost, I wasn't expecting that. And so like it's not a snooze fest. That's what I was missing from these other survival games. I think is because like I enjoy the building aspect. It can be fun, but like I'm there for like I want to fight and like progress throughout the map and stuff. And those other ones were kind of boring to do that.
Yeah.
Would you agree?
I would agree. And I played Pal World a lot.
Yeah, I remember. I joined your Pal World server, and by the time I met up with you, you had like an entire like automated factory,
I
and I was just like,
everything.
Is there anything I can do to help? And you're like, not really. It's like, all right.
Yeah,
well.
that's a little bit of the tism that took over when I did that. But yeah, I mean the combat in this game, the boss mechanics is very interesting. 'Cause it's not all the same. Yeah. I mean, I think there's like a formula that they're using.
Yes, there's definitely a gameplay loop.
Yeah, there's like
just in general.
No, as far as the bosses go, it's like, here's what you're gonna do. Bing boop pow. Mm-hmm. It's like the same for the past 2 bosses.
Yeah,
but we'll see. You know, we'll see when we're there.
Yeah, every boss has like an invuln phase where like, okay, you gotta
kill the ads that's far
you have
away.
to kill some sort of ad, but it's still fun, you know.
Oh, I enjoy it, and that's the whole thing with it. Is like if the game is enjoyable to me, I'll play it and I'll look past whatever I think is bad.
Yeah.
I want to ask you, what are some of the memorable moments you had in that game?
Oh man, I actually had one today. It was really cool. So there's a place called Hightown. I don't know if you've been there. It's the place with the giant guy with the balloon heads. I was there, and I'm like looking for like the mystical crate and everything.
It's right behind it.
And so, actually no, yeah, the mystical crate is pretty obvious. I think I was looking for just like weapon crates and stuff, and I hear like gunshots, and I'm like, I was still looking for the balloon head guy, and I'm like, I wonder if that dude's fighting the balloon head. So I go over. They're not fighting the balloon guy, but it's this person who he's getting like swarmed, and so I see him go down, and so like I finish off the remaining dudes and I help him up.
You can help someone up?
You can. Yeah.
Okay.
I help him up, which like that was like a fun little moment. But then it was like something out of a show or a movie or something. Because then I kind of just leave him be. I'm going about my business, and then one of those just like gnars, like the kind of weird looking gray people, kind of sneaks up on me. But I hear just like a sniper shot, and it gets taken out, and I look back, and it was the guy that I saved before, and I was just like, bro,
Did you look at him?
Yeah. It was just such a cool moment.
Let me give you mine.
Yeah.
I was level 3. So I was level 3.
Okay.
I'm running around because to meet up with my wife, I need to find the teleporter to change worlds. So I'm fucking running, right? I'm level 3.
Yeah.
Like nothing, no fucking life, no gear, nothing.
Yeah.
And I see this like elite. It's like the level 5 elite. It's not even it's a fucking level 5 elite.
Yeah.
And there's this guy who's just icing it, like, brah, brah. And so, of course, I'm a little greedy loot goblin. You know what I mean?
Let me get some of that.
Yeah.
That.
Yeah. So I'm like, brah, brah. And then, like, the fucking thing just whoop, and I fucking fall on the ground.
Oh, is it one of those like it hits the ground
Yeah.
and the shockwave comes out kind of thing? Yeah.
And I'm level fucking 3, so I die instantly. And then the dude finishes it off, and I'm like, sweet, he's gonna res me, and we're gonna get it. He did not fucking res me. I typed in the chat, I was like, help.
Please.
He went away.
No, bro.
And I was like, dude. That's why I was like, is it possible to res? Like,
yeah, no, it's possible, dude. That guy was just a dick.
so that dude did not res me. And I was like, oh,
no.
damn.
This is like true post-apocalyptic world. Like, you don't know. Is someone going to just leave you for dead, or are they going to be chill?
I would.
Yeah.
I'll get
I'm
you
glad
up.
I did, because that guy saved my life.
But yeah, that dude ditched my ass. And I was like,
that's fucked up.
And then Jane was seeing it. She just turns around. She's like, oh my God.
Did that guy just leave you?
Yeah. And I was like, get a load of this guy. Wouldn't help his fellow man. It's like he was
gonna
looting.
come back for that guy.
He was looting near me.
Yeah.
Bro.
He had to go out of his way to not,
Yeah.
to not res you.
And I was like, oh, for real.
Lame.
So I didn't even get any of the loot.
That's fucked up. I'm
And
sorry
then I
that
had to
happened.
run from the other side of the map to the fucking place where I was. Oh my God, I was so annoyed. But yeah, that was memorable to me. But I mean, I've enjoyed it. I've learned a lot about the game. And I mean, I see myself playing it more.
There was, oh God, actually, there was another moment that was just good. 'Cause the world, I think it has, in these areas, it has a way of knowing if your character is like new to that, like if they've been there before or not. Because there's a low level area that is like toward the start of the game. And in the area, there's this sort of like amphitheater kind of thing, like with stone steps kind of like going up. And there's this big TV screen. And I'm like, I'm just kind of walking along, and the TV screen starts kind of like staticking, and you hear like this kind of like, you know, kind of radio voice going like, kind of, it's all just garbled nonsense. And then all of a sudden, the voice just goes like, run. And then like this like monster comes out of the screen and like comes down, because like it's basically the mystical crate is right in the middle of that area. So you're starting to walk toward it, and then that's when that whole thing happens, and the thing just climbs out. I'm like, that was so fucking awesome. And it's like, it's not a cutscene or
it's a live thing.
Yes, it just happens. And I'm like, dude, that was dope. So there's a lot of really cool moment-to-moment things like that.
Yeah. If you guys do play, because like this is coming out, this video is out 2 days from now.
Yes, yeah, this is a pretty recent game that we jumped on.
So hit us up, you know. We'd love to like have you guys. We have our own little clan.
Yeah, our own little hive.
The Patats.
The Patats.
Named after our first dog.
Yeah. So yeah, the gameplay is it just knocks it out of the park.
Dude, it's good. Are there anything that you think sucks about it?
Oh man. I mean, it always sucks when you're like, okay, I need to upgrade my gear to like the next tier, and you go to see like what you need, and it's just like, all right, it needs like 10 of this one thing, and it's just like you can only get it in like this like higher level thing, and you're like, I'm kind of under level for that area. I gotta go like slog.
That's literally me right now.
Yeah.
I'm like level 26 or 27, and I'm rocking. I'm like autistic, so like there's like I'm on like tier 4 weapons now, and like tier 4 is like 35 plus level, and it's like, dang, like
because like there's certain resources that only drop in certain areas.
Yeah.
And yeah, so that just happened to me.
I see.
And so I'm like, oh God, because there's sort of like this gray area where as you're progressing in power, you'll enter like a new area, right? And you're like, okay, I'm kind of weak right now, but as you kind of go through it,
you
you're
get strong as hell.
Stronger. And so by the time you're fighting like the end boss, the boss itself is still kind of a challenge, but like everything else in the area you can handle pretty easily. But then once you like unlock that next step, you're kind of back to the same place. Same and you're like, okay, I might be top dog in this area, but in this new area, it's gonna be a little bit of a slog for a bit.
I see.
But that's just part of the gameplay. I don't know if I can really say that sucks. You know, that's just part of the game. What do you have something though?
That sucks.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I saw this firsthand because I
Okay.
was there. So in the global chat, it's a world chat. So it's a chat for the entire server to see.
Right.
Right? There's these two dudes that was just typing up, I'm just stroking myself.
Oh, I know.
This
Yes.
dude was just typing out, I'm just stroking it. I'm just
Oh.
stroking myself. And then my wife, the little goblin instigator, she's like, ew, that's gross. I just want to play the game. And so like, whole load of white knights.
She's the one that started the dog pile.
I don't know about Star, but she was one of them.
That's
She just kept on egging him on, and the dudes, enough people reported them over them just saying, I'm just stroking it. In a fucking post-apocalyptic game.
It's an M-rated game.
It's an M-rated
It's
game.
an M-rated game.
And the crazy thing is, the people that were reporting, dude, they were like, yeah, they got punished. I just got the mod mail. And it's like, oh, for real?
People do like get off on seeing other people get the shaft, you know?
But like, that one did not deserve it.
No, yeah. I'm
And then there was another person who was just asking.
Oh, is this the color? The color
No.
Oh, okay.
This dude asked, he's like, hey, so like, what drama did I miss? And then someone was like, oh, it's like just a couple dudes saying that I'm stroking it. They reported that guy too. That typed out stroking
he
it.
He caught a stray
Oh,
there.
dude. And he also got punished.
Bro, dude, so I caught the very end of it, and I saw your wife. I saw the chat, and I was like, what did she do? So I only caught the end of it, but then I also saw this person, because I guess you can change the color
With hex codes.
Yeah, you can change
Yeah.
the color of your text. And this guy was like asking like, how's this color or something, and like people were like, if you do that color, I'm gonna ban you. Like, I'm like, bro, come
Dude,
on.
and the server is fucking just. I don't know. I think it's too much, guys. It's online game.
Yeah, I don't
The
know.
community, I feel, sucks in that
It
part.
apparently, I guess it depends on the server, because our friend Andrew, he just joined because he has another character on a different server much further along. He joined the one that we just
We're
started
in,
on.
yeah.
And when he joined, he was just like, "Oh, everyone's like kind of a whiner on this one. It's not like this on mine."
Yeah.
So it's definitely because of the size of the servers, because like in a regular MMO, the servers I think are like a lot bigger. The number of players that are on
Mucho-er.
it, yeah, much more mucho. Sure.
That's more mucho.
My mom's gonna cringe when she hears that. But like in this game, the way the servers work is like once there's a certain character number that's like been made on that server, boom, like you can't make any more characters.
Oh, I see. Unless you have a special code
Unless
invite.
you have a special code. Even that was like a more recent addition. That was actually that would probably be one thing that I would say sucked, at least before, is that like once that cap was made, if you had a friend who's just like, oh, I kind of want to play with you, you'd be like, well, you can't join this one. We have to like start new characters if we want to play together. Luckily, they added the little code.
Oh, I
thing,
see. I see.
So that kind of sucked. But I forgot my original point. But oh yeah, so because the number of players on a server is smaller, I think you get a much more a specific type of people on each server. So like this one, that's just sort of like maybe the vibe that sort of took over this one.
Yeah.
Is like just by happenstance,
Just
a lot
bunch
of
of
the people that
whiny
joined were like are just
babies.
kind of whiners.
Whiny babies.
Because like I didn't notice that on like my server, and like Andrew said he like it wasn't like that on his. That he
I was
came
just
from.
shocked that I'll give it to the system though, because it fucking works.
Yeah, I
As
guess
soon-
so.
With enough reports, you just boom
You're
punished.
gone.
It's like golly.
Now, were they actually like they weren't able to play anymore, or were they just like?
I think
chat
they might have
banned?
just been chat muted.
Okay. That's not.
That's not bad.
It's not the
Honestly,
worst,
that's a
like-
favor.
Yeah, honestly, like while the punishment may or may not fit the crime, at the same time, like I don't necessarily want to see people talking about how they're stroking it. So yeah, it's one of those gray areas, I guess.
'Cause I'm just new to this.
Um,
Trying to think, is there any other things that I want to bring up about this game?
about the gameplay.
Yeah. Oh, the game doesn't. To install it, it's just like 45 gigs. You don't.
Yeah.
It's smaller than a Warzone patch.
Relatively small. That was especially now that I've played it. It's surprising because of how I don't know if
Vast.
you've like zoomed out on the map.
Oh, I have.
It's so huge. And
It's huge.
considering how like little, like it feels huge, just on how much we can explore now, and it hasn't even like uncovered all of it yet. Like that's crazy.
Yep, it's exciting, and I don't know. I think that it's cool.
Mm-hmm.
Also, do you know if it's cross compatible? Like, is there a crossplay?
You know,
I actually don't know.
that's a very good question. I see, because here's the thing. I actually don't know if it's on consoles.
It's not on console.
It's not on consoles. Okay.
But
So just
are we
between mobile and
are we
PC?
playing with fucking mobile players?
I wouldn't be surprised because like Fortnite does that, right?
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
Let me check it out. Give me another topics to talk, bro.
So yeah, I think the next thing I wanted to talk about is just like the design of the game. So like the artistic style, and the design choices that the devs made.
Oh man, it has crossplay
Oh, it does so with mobile though only.
or cross-platform. Yeah.
So yeah, we're playing with people who are on their phones or iPads.
Whoa,
Yeah.
that's wild. Oh, that's crazy. That blows my mind.
Yeah.
That
Yeah, like because when I'm playing this game, it feels like a PC game.
I know.
Like the graphics are like, you know,
They're
they're
good.
They're not like the cutting edge necessarily. Like it definitely looks like a video game, but like it's not something that I would expect to see on your phone. You know?
Yeah.
This is something I'm like, oh yes, this is a PC game.
And you know what? One thing I feel that mobile gamers might be missing on is the sound design.
Dude, the sound. So yeah, this kind of goes into the design aspect of the game. The sound design is good.
Yeah, there's like little eerie, haunting sounds that like you're like, did I fucking hear something?
Yeah, or I'll be in a house and like there's a lot of little rooms in the house, and so I'll be like in a house and you'll just hear this like, ooh,
Yeah.
ooh, and I'm like, or like a skittering. The skittering is what I hate because there's like little spider things in the game
that
and I'm
explode.
like, where is it? I don't know where it is. And I just hear it skittering around.
So, dude, mobile gamers are missing that.
Yeah, that's true. Unless I guess they're playing with headphones.
Yeah. I'm sorry, y'all. Like, my mind is blown that this is crossplay.
I guess I'm just kind of used to it because of Fortnite and all that.
I'm not. Like, I've even played, no, because PUBG is not.
It's its own mobile version.
It's its own mobile version. But this is, what the fuck?
Yeah. Yeah, that is crazy. Like, is it the same graphics that are on the mobile, or is it like toned down?
I have
a little
no
bit?
idea.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
But yeah, the sound design.
Sound design is
Sound
fantastic.
design is really good. Speaking of sound, the songs.
Songs are banger.
Because yeah,
On
whenever
the
you get
radio-
in your vehicle, how many radio stations are there? Like
There's
3
like
or 4?
No, there's like 8.
There's like 8. Yeah.
Yeah.
Which one's your favorite though?
The hip hop one.
Yeah, Side of Fries.
Yeah, Side of Fries.
No, same. Although there's a metal one too, which I like. Of
Also
course,
the classical one. The classical one.
Oh, like literally classical.
Yeah.
Yeah, they got some good songs on there. And the thing is, like, are they actually like by artists, or are these like kind of like names that put music into the game?
They have lyrics, dude.
No, I know they got lyrics, but like, are they like? Because like, I'm not hearing,
not hearing no Wiz Khalifa song on there, you know.
Like I'm not recognizing any of the songs. So are they like kind of somewhat smaller artists that are like in the game though?
I bet that's it.
Yeah.
I bet that's it.
There's some good jams in there.
I'll put like a little. What's the limit? It's like 15 seconds. I'll put like a 10-second snippet. Right here.
Maybe 5 just.
Yeah, 5 to play it safe.
But
5 seconds.
Hop in the car, watch it go vroom.
Yep.
I'm trying to think.
For me, one thing that I really love is the design of all the creatures.
It creeped me out.
They're very interesting and original. Because like I said, there are your typical zombies, just kind of shambling around. But like there's one, literally its head is like a stage light.
Yeah, and you can use it as a weapon too.
Yeah,
Does
some of
87
them you can
damage.
when you kill them, you get to like pick it up and use it as a weapon. The balloon head guy, like it's such a weird thing.
It creeped me out.
It's
man.
a little creepy the way it moves and everything.
The game definitely gives me creeps vibes. Like
I've gotten spooked.
Yeah,
I've definitely gotten spooked.
I have.
Especially when like exploring alone.
Oh yeah. And I explore the game alone, so it's like
yeah.
it's scary.
Yeah, because there are certain ones that like sneak up on you. They're not groaning the whole time.
Yeah, there's one that like suddenly be like, ah,
Yeah.
fuck! It's like, come on, bro.
Yeah, dude. There's a part. I don't know. It might be a little bit.
Yeah,
I don't know. I don't want to spoil it for
Don't
me.
spoil.
But like, there was a part where I was like, "Fuck this, dude! I'm so scared right now. I just want to get out of here." So yeah, the design of the monsters is very unique and original.
Scary.
Yeah, scary.
So the sound stage, the character designs.
Also, like the clothing that you get is pretty cool. It's
Yeah.
pretty cool.
I'm a minion right now.
That's right. You showed me. You somehow
Right here.
still managed to make yourself look like a minion.
Here's the image. I love being like a minion on games.
You
Like-
gotta whenever you group up with someone, if they're talking in the in-game chat, you gotta make the
Minion sound,
noises.
yeah. The la papaya.
Yeah. Wow.
No, that's the Buzz Lightyear aliens.
Oh.
Wow.
Don't they also kind of?
Oh, I guess yeah. It's a la papaya papaya.
And then just fart or something
Yeah.
or burp like.
Dude, I love being a minion on any game I play.
Yeah.
But yes, I
Um,
think the game is.
Yeah, and the like a lot of the environment. Like, what's your favorite like area that you've explored?
Oh, I enjoyed the Sutherland labs.
I'm bad with names. What was that one like?
It's like the laboratory. It's like the chemist area. There's
feel
like
like
there's like a power plant attached to it.
Oh, I think I know what you're talking
Sutherland.
about. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. I just last night I was playing with Jane, and we went to.
What time did y'all sleep?
It wasn't that late.
Okay.
It wasn't that late. She got off maybe 1-ish.
You lying?
I don't think so. To be honest, I wasn't paying attention, but I definitely know that I wasn't like up until 5 a.m. or anything like that.
Okay.
But we were in this area where it was like basically flooded, and so like all the houses.
Oh, I know what
were,
you're
like,
talking about.
Yeah.
There's fucking alligators
Dude,
there.
I didn't know that. Talk about getting spooked, because I was just there like exploring, and those fucking crocodilos just come.
Oh, yeah.
They just kind of slide up, and I'm like, I just turn around. I'm like, fuck.
Yeah.
And
Dude, and they're fast in fucking water, dude. So I'm like,
Yes.
I remember I was in that area and I'm running.
Yeah.
And then like, okay, I finally killed this one gator. And then another fucking like jumps me. And I was like, oh fuck.
Yeah.
And then I'm out of there. Dude,
Yeah.
I ran.
And then like another cool enemy that shows up in that area, the elite one there was, and it's kind of cool how it reveals itself, because you're walking up to it and at first it's just like this umbrella.
Oh, yeah.
And it's just floating just there, like what the is it?
At the
like,
bridge,
is
right?
this a bug? Like
Yeah,
what
yeah.
the hell? And then like as you get closer to the umbrella, like this body with like a suit kind of
Yeah.
appears under it and stuff, and like it's kind of creepy looking.
It's I'll give you guys a quick summarization of the game. Fun, creepy Minecraft Pokemon.
Yes. Fun, creepy Minecraft Pokemon. And the one's human in 4 words.
Yeah. I mean, dude, it's one of those games that I feel should be tried out.
Yeah.
Hey, you know
It's
what?
free to
You
play.
have no excuse.
Yeah.
It's not just because it's free to play. You have don't you guys have phones?
Oh, hey, that did
Oh,
not work
no.
out for the last guy that said that. No.
Oh damn! But that's their game too, though.
True.
But yeah, I really have not much else to say. Like
Yeah.
we're sitting here talking about the game. I want to fucking go home and play it.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah, it was weird. Before I came here, someone bought the battle pass on my account.
What?
Yeah. Like charged my card and everything
Crazy. Who did
into
that?
my account. I was
Who
like,
could have possibly done that?
as soon as I fucking find out who bought this battle pass on my account,
Are you gonna be just like yelling at yourself in the mirror?
you did this.
So look, like this is how I go with free to play games. Like if it's a good game, I'm gonna be like, okay, you've earned my money.
Yeah, no, I agree.
And so like I had no qualms. I bought the battle pass, and then I bought one cosmetic outfit thing.
Oh, Malantis. Yeah, I mean, dude, I have like 12 hours in the game. The battle pass was $11. I just covered that. Hell, like PoE, I've spent like probably fucking over $1,000 on
Yeah.
that.
Like, so let me ask you something, kind of in games in general.
Yeah.
What do you say is like the dollar value for like, you know, if I'm going to pay this amount of money, like $5, how much game time should $5 be worth? Like
An
if it's a
hour?
good game,
I think $1 an hour.
$1 an hour. Okay.
To me,
so like if
it's-
you play a game, if it's a free to play game, and you easily sink 60 hours into the game, like you're just having so much fun, you're like, I'll give you $60. Like it was worth.
I can do it.
Yeah.
That I literally do that in Path of Exile every season.
That's
At the
that's,
bare minimum, every season. So every 3 or 4 months, that fucking company gets me for $120 minimum.
Damn.
Yes, because like the supporter packs that they release for 3 to 4 months tops out at about 120, and I buy the top end
Dang.
because it's like
Yeah, you do spend a lot of time on that game.
like I think that's the thing with games is like it's okay to spend money on it because the amount of time I've spent on it. Let's say if I was to just go out, I would have easily spent that.
Yeah, dude, like so like I went to the movies yesterday.
Yeah.
And like one movie ticket is $15. You know? The movies, you know, on the longer end, 2.5 hours. So like you're really getting when it comes to games, people look at games as being pretty expensive, and like to be fair, it kind of is.
It is. Yeah.
But like kind of when you look at it, especially like in comparison to things like movies, you're getting more bang for your buck, I think.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Fuck, dude. Like me and Mario, WWE Raw was here, right? So I took him. I ended up spending like fucking $500 something
Yeah.
for the two of us.
Yeah.
And it's like, damn, like I'm thinking, it's like, man, fuck, I could have spent that on literally anything else. But like I wouldn't though, because I had a really good time. I love wrestling.
Yeah, for things like that, there's a certain portion of the value that's just attributed to memories that are created,
Yeah.
you know? So
Yo, Liv Morgan was 8 people away from me. I was
that means Liv
fighting.
Morgan's butt was 8 people
I
away
was
from you.
fighting the urge to jump over everyone. Oh my god. Mario said he was about I was having to pull him back. I was like, yo boy, chill.
Hold me back. Hold me back.
But yeah, the game is for a game that's mobile to PC. It feels incredible.
It's very good.
Y'all should play it. And the best part is it can be a time sink. It also doesn't have to be.
Yeah, there's not really that much pressure.
There's
'Cause
absolutely no
even when
pressure.
the new phase comes out, if you're behind, you know, whatever, you're just having fun. Like Jane, like we said, she just likes to build some houses. Although I will say something, you know, to the credit of this game, it's actually pulling her in more because like she was telling me today, she's like, yeah, I was just like making my house, but everyone keeps talking about all this cool stuff that I want to do.
Yeah.
And so I was like, yeah, let's go do it.
Yeah, we did. Like I did the Treant with her. Like I helped her to do that.
Yeah.
But the game is great. I think y'all should play it. Also call your mom. Say what's up.
Yeah. You know, go have a conversation with her.
I have nothing
see-
else to say. Do you? I think
think
dude, this
that's-
episode was just us raving about the game.
Yeah, it's aside from like the little bugs here and there, I really don't have any complaints
I
about
want to
it.
go home and play it. That's the
Yeah.
thing.
Yeah, I think it's one of those games. Oh god, and we didn't even touch on Eternal Land, which I don't even know if you know about that.
What the fuck is that?
So, okay, something interesting about the seasons, right? It's
Oh,
so
it's-
funny
it's-
how this game
there's-
incorporates so many little aspects from so many other games because it's got a little bit of roguelite in
That's
there.
standard. So in PoE they have the seasons.
Right.
But then the seasons end and then you're able to transfer to standard.
Right, and so like in this case,
It's
you know,
Eternal
the
Land.
season will come. You know, the story plays out, and like as you're going through, you're collecting these blueprints, right? When all is said and done, and like there's a reset and everything, you're gonna start over. Like you're not gonna have your gear and all that, but you're gonna have the blueprints still.
That's insane.
Yeah.
That is kind of an advantage though.
It's a little bit, but like you also, and here's where I'm very interested. Like I don't know how it's going to go into the future because this is still, I think, the first season. like, is it gonna be like a new story? And like with every new story,
There's no way,
is it gonna come
dude.
with new blueprints, new
There's
everything?
no way they're gonna do a new story every fucking 3 months, dude.
It would be,
Or 2 months
it is
every.
an incredible thing to take on, but if they manage to do it, that's gonna be insane.
Yeah.
But so Eternal Land is essentially this kind of just always there thing, and so like you can make, you know how in the game, like in the main game, you're sort of limited on your house to what you can build. Like you can only use so many pieces and
Yeah,
stuff.
yeah, yeah.
Eternal Land, there's like no limit. You basically you can take everything that you're getting into the game or in the main game, and you can go into Eternal Land and just like make whatever you want.
I see. Okay.
But yeah, so like that's
That's that?
Yeah, really
Let-
nothing to complain about.
No
It's
complaint.
It's just a blast.
No complaint. Let me give you guys a little bit of an update. I know that it's been like what 2 weeks since we released an episode, or released anything.
Yeah, maybe a couple weeks. Yeah.
No, it's no more than 2, I think.
No, yeah, no more than 2. I think.
No more than 2 weeks that we haven't made an episode. Life's been busy, as y'all know. This is our passion, right? This is a passion project.
Yeah, it's not paying the bills or
No,
anything.
so we have a 9 to 5, sometimes even longer than 9 to 5, and we do have to take priorities at times, and
Yeah.
that's just how it is. You know, we game when we can, and we shoot the episodes when we can.
Yeah.
And we don't wanna rush episodes and
Yeah,
give
we
you
want to give the games the time that
the
they're due.
respect.
Yeah.
the respect. We want to give it the respect that it deserves. And so the 2 weeks, 1, sorry. 2, get over it. Because, you know, we're here to stay though. Like
Dude, honestly, like the fact that you were gone for
a month.
a month,
Like
and
a
then
month and a-
I was also
month
out
and a
of
half?
town,
Yeah.
and then work getting, just getting slammed by work.
Yeah.
Us only missing a couple of weeks. I'm a little proud of us. Like I know this like kind of like so patting ourselves on the back a little bit, but like honestly, like it could have been worse. I think.
Yeah, no, I think it's good. Like,
Yeah.
but we wanted to be at least upfront and let you know why that was.
Yeah.
And it's not just because like, oh, like we're slack. It's like, nah, bro. It's like the opposite. It's because we have
Yeah.
other commitments we
Believe
have
me,
to
like
attend to.
we've been talking about it. Like we're like
Yeah.
we need a we want to get like back
Into
back
the
on
groove of
horse,
things.
kind of thing. But, yeah,
Because
it's
I enjoyed this. This is a lot of fun for me, and I'm sure it's fun for you too.
oh yeah, I love talking about games.
And I love playing games. I love talking about games. But yeah, I think that's it. Let me give you guys a little bit of a teaser for next episode though.
Oh yeah,
We have a guest. He's a esports personality.
yeah.
He's commentated a lot of games. He's been a commentator at Evo.
Yes.
For Evo Grand Finals, he was someone who put a medal on to an Evo winner, right? He'll be here next episode with us. And yeah, I think that's pretty much it.
And aside from that, like I don't want to spoil what they are, but like we got a slate. We got a slate of upcoming games to talk about. We're gonna be back for a little while.
And let me tell you, it's not just PC games.
That's right.
It's not.
That's right.
So maybe dust off your old consoles because.
Don't.
And I think with that we can end the show,
Yeah.
end the episode.
Which we still don't really have a way.
Oh.
Have you thought of a way?
Yeah, this is what we.